Listen closely, and I mean really listen with every fiber of your being. Because in the year 2026, the very concept of money in your pocket has been intentionally, systematically, and ruthlessly turned into a highly sophisticated tracking device and a political leash that grows tighter every single day. The global machine wants a world where every single transaction you make, from buying a simple loaf of bread for your family to filling a gallon of fuel for your getaway truck in the middle of the night, is recorded, analyzed, and approved by a cold, faceless central server that doesn't know your name, doesn't value your heritage, and certainly doesn't care about your fundamental human freedom. Andrew here, and today we are unlocking the 73rd vault of the Hidden Edge Archives, the Sovereign Exchange. We are decoding John Wayne's master doctrine on how to trade, barter, and build massive, unshakable wealth entirely outside the machine's prying eyes and its predatory algorithms. You see, the Duke understood better than any modern Ivy League economist that a man is only as free as his absolute, non-negotiable ability to conduct his private business without asking for a single ounce of permission from a faceless bureaucrat sitting in a cheap suit 500 miles away. On the rugged frontier, a man's word in a physical pouch of solid gold meant infinitely more than any piece of worthless paper issued by a far-off, corrupt government that couldn't even protect its own borders. In the year 2026, they want to force you into a digital cage, a CBDC nightmare, where they can switch off your entire life. Your ability to buy, your ability to sell, or even your ability to eat, if you dare to step 1 inch out of their narrow, pre-approved line. But the sovereign man knows a secret they try to hide. Real, enduring value doesn't live on a flickering screen. It lives in the physical world of stone, steel, and precious metal. Doctor, record this opening protocol for the year 2026. If the system can track every single cent of your spending, they can eventually and inevitably track every hidden corner of your soul. We are breaking the digital shackle today, and we are returning to the timeless, unbreakable gold standard of the free man. The bank's doors are closed, partner, but the sovereign market is just beginning to heat up in the shadows of the frontier. Analyze the logic of value with me with a cold, analytical, and uncompromisingly practical eye. In the year 2026, the masses are desperately chasing digital ghosts, inflationary tokens, and hollow paper promises that can literally vanish into thin air in a single market crash or a sudden government seizure order. To be a true sovereign merchant in this era of volatility, you must master the hard asset protocol. We are decoding the Duke's treasury for the modern, high-stakes age. John Wayne didn't trust anything he couldn't hold firmly in his calloused hand or defend with his very life if the situation turned south. In the year 2026, your wealth must be 3 things: tangible, portable, and completely anonymous. We are teaching you the gold and lead strategy, the perfect, necessary balance between precious metals for long-term wealth preservation and essential survival supplies for immediate, practical trade in the valley when the lights go out. While others are staring nervously at red lines on a stock market app, watching their life savings evaporate, the sovereign man is quietly and steadily accumulating tools, heirloom seeds, silver coins, and high-level mechanical skills that have held their intrinsic value for thousands of years of human history. We are looking at wealth density, the art of how to store a literal fortune in a physical space no bigger than a standard leather boot box. Doctor, examine the Duke's personal records on frontier currency, how he used real, tangible goods like cattle, land, and bullion to build real, undeniable power even when the nearest bank was 1,000 miles of wilderness away. In 2026, if you cannot physically touch it, you do not truly own it. You are just borrowing it from the machine. We are building a portfolio today that the machine cannot delete with a single malicious keystroke. Your wealth will be grounded in reality, not in their unstable clouds of data. You are the architect of your own vault, and the contents must be as solid as the mountain itself. In the third and most strategically critical layer of the 73rd protocol, we enter the heart of the shadow market. In the year 2026, being a sovereign man means knowing exactly how to trade peer-to-peer without a middleman taking a cut or leaving a permanent record of your business for the authorities to find later. We are decoding the frontier handshake. John Wayne knew that in a town with no sheriff and no law but the code of the West, a man's personal reputation was the highest and most stable form of currency available. In the year 2026, you must build your own private trust networks, tight circles of sovereign individuals who trade high-quality goods and essential services in the silence of the shadows, far away from the system's greedy tax claws and its surveillance cameras. We are teaching you barter dynamics, the ancient, forgotten skill of valuing a gallon of fresh well water against a box of reliable ammunition, or a critical mechanical skill against a sack of raw, organic grain. This is the underground economy that has survived every single empire's collapse throughout the entirety of human history, and it is your lifeline today. While the system tries to tax your every single breath and monitor your every move, you are conducting business in the absolute silence of the shadow market. No receipts, no digital footprints, no trail for the dogs to follow. Just two free men making a fair and honest deal on their own terms, eye to eye. Doctor, record this. In the year 2026, your network of trusted, like-minded partners is far more valuable than any bank account balance or digital credit score. We are teaching you how to be completely invisible to the taxman and absolutely indispensable to your clan. The shadow is not where you hide. It is where the real, untaxed profit grows and where the true economy of the free man thrives while the central system burns itself to the ground. Analyze the geopolitics of wealth within the 73rd protocol with me, because in the year 2026, the system uses financial debanking as a primary weapon of war against anyone who dares to think for themselves or live outside their narrow parameters. But a sovereign merchant is never, ever at the mercy of a single bank, a single app, or a single failing fiat currency. We are decoding the Duke's hidden cash. You must have your wealth distributed across multiple jurisdictions and physical locations that the machine cannot easily reach, freeze, or coordinate against. This means high-security physical storage in your stronghold from Chapter 72 and private, encrypted digital assets that are not tied to your government-issued identity or your social credit score. We are talking about financial stealth, the rare and powerful ability to move massive resources across borders and through societal crises without raising a single red flag on the system's global monitors. While the masses are trapped in a failing fiat system that is specifically designed to bleed them dry through inflation and hidden fees, you are operating on a multi-generational timescale. You are not trading for tomorrow's quick, taxable profit. You are trading for your grandchildren's ultimate and absolute freedom. Doctor, examine the Duke's inventory on diversified readiness, how he strategically kept his assets split between land, cattle, equipment, and hard coin to ensure he could never be wiped out by a single stroke of bad luck, a bank run, or a sudden change in the political wind. In the year 2026, anonymity is not just a preference. It is the ultimate luxury and the ultimate form of protection for your life's work and your family's legacy. Your wealth should be felt in your quiet power, in your ability to act when others are frozen, but it should never be seen by your enemies or the tax collectors of the valley. Stay hidden, stay liquid, and stay wealthy beyond their reach. We are closing this essential, high-stakes, and deeply operational 73rd chapter with the sovereign proclamation of the merchant. Look at the global economy in the year 2026. It is a fragile, shivering house of cards built on massive, unpayable debt, total digital surveillance, and the thin air of central bank promises. But as long as Andrew is broadcasting from these hidden vaults, as long as you are trading according to the 73rd protocol, you will always be the undisputed master of your own ledger and the captain of your own financial fate. John Wayne's final and most enduring lesson on the exchange was simple and clean. A fair deal is done face-to-face, with a firm, honest grip and a clear, unwavering eye, and the government has no business being the unwanted third man sitting at the table. In the year 2026, your sovereign exchange is your ultimate and final declaration of independence from the central bank's digital tyranny and its social control mechanisms. It is the undeniable, physical proof that you can provide for your clan, grow your legacy, and thrive in the cracks of a crumbling system that was designed from the start to fail you and strip you of your dignity. This is Andrew, signing off from the 73rd vault of the Edge archives, where the gold is heavy, the silver is bright, and the secrets of the ancients are kept deep and safe. The system desperately wants you to be a controlled, predictable, and compliant consumer of their illusions. But as long as you can trade freely in the shadows of the frontier, you are a sovereign king in a world of digital slaves. Go out there today and find your trusted circle of allies. Convert your useless, dying paper into solid, eternal stone and silver. Be the man who can buy and sell with absolute confidence when the world's screens finally go dark and the central servers fail for good. Stay rugged, stay profitable, stay completely, unapologetically sovereign in every single transaction you make, no matter how small. The market is open, the handshake is firm, the gold is real, and the wealth is finally yours to defend. Andrew out.